Soul friends, welcome back to another video from the TheSimSanctuary. Today is the first new apartment renovation. The last few videos you might have noticed were reposts from Vidme when the series lived there, but that's a long story and I've explained it a few times. So now we're on to the new renovations. Now, if I sound a little annoyed, I hope I don't sound annoyed, but I recorded this voiceover once before, and as I was about to save it, the video, like the whole thing was ready, I was going to export it the next day, the program crashed and I lost everything. I did have the voiceover and I could have probably just pieced it all back together and it would have been fine, but it gave me time to kind of look back at the voiceover itself, and I decided that I could probably do better, so I'm doing another voiceover, which it's kind of rare. I typically just do one, and it's not because I'm like perfect. If you've listened to past videos, you'll know that's not true. It's just because I'm lazy, and yeah, so this is the second attempt. Hopefully I can make it better. I didn't do much to the rooms, especially the room shape. I did want to kind of maintain the look of the apartment. I just wanted to renovate it and make it look a little more high class, since this is one of the nicer apartments in the game. So this was like a home gym, so I kept it a home gym. And I kind of went on a room by room basis for most of it. Like I did the kitchen all together and then I moved on. And that was something I hadn't really done before, and I did actually enjoy doing it. So I might do it in future renovations. I really am sporadic with just everything, I guess. With how I do builds, obviously everybody starts with the exterior because you have to make the exterior before you can do the interior in a house build. So I do that, and then I start a little on the interior, and then I go back to the exterior, and then I go back. It's like a back and forth, and it is really confusing, but it's sort of just kind of how I work. Sometimes it helps in that, like, as I'm doing the exterior, I have an idea for like the living room, and then I'll go do that, and then as I'm doing that, I'll be like, oh, this house could really use a pool and maybe like a feature outside, so I'll do that, and then it just kind of continues on like that. So I didn't do that here, mainly because it's an apartment, but also because I was kind of going room by room. But yeah, I've kind of been busy this week with doing Sims videos. Last week was kind of a quiet week for me. It was a lot of reposts from Vidme, and this week hopefully I can have some videos out, and I really want to just kind of stick with doing builds for now. I do want to continue up my Let's Play, even though, I'm not that good at Let's Plays, let's be honest. But I actually do have a question I might ask on Twitter. So if you aren't following me there, then be sure to follow me. My Twitter handle is XSimSanctuaryX, similar to Urban Sims. It's a long story. I've explained it in like 10 videos. And yeah, so if you want to follow me there, and I might be dropping a poll later, and kind of curious as to what you guys are thinking about kind of the future of this channel, or the future videos on this channel. And so yeah, stay tuned for that. I do find it funny that like every time I did the BB object unlock entitlements or whatever, I would have to like look it up on Google because I could never remember the exact wording of it. And like now I kind of get it like on the second try. I said that in the first recording with like complete like sureness in myself that I could do it. like on the second try or the first try, and then I was doing another build, which I don't think is out already. I think that might come out later this week. But I was doing that, or I needed to unlock the, objects that are locked behind entitlements. Yeah. And I couldn't for the life of me remember it, even though the day before I, did this and got it on like my second try. But yeah, so this bathroom is huge. See, even like, I even started like trying to figure out if I could move the bathroom, but I ended up keeping it where it was. And I'm really happy with how it looks. The toilet's kind of private, and then there's I think a shower and a bath. Yeah. All in all, I'm really pleased with how this apartment came out. I'd say, I'd probably say this is my favorite apartment renovation that I've done. It's not that difficult. Typically, like when I first started doing these renovations, I was kind of, I wouldn't say in a dark place. I was just, very critical of my builds. And I mean, I'm pretty much always critical, but I've kind of figured out that like I need to be less critical of myself, because it's that thing of like when you're always criticizing yourself and your builds in this case, or just yourself in general, it kind of stunts your ability to be creative, and you sometimes have to get out of your own head when you're doing anything creative, or really anything in general. And it's, sometimes good to realize, if you're trying the hardest you can and doing the, best you can, then it's, the best it can be. And sometimes that's perfect. Every time that's perfect. If you're trying your hardest, no matter what comes out of it, it's going to be amazing. And sometimes when I'm overly critical of myself, I get a little lazy and I stop trying my hardest. And I think that's just something to remember, a little wisdom from me. That's kind of what I've learned in my 23 years of life. Yeah, so Christmas is coming up. It's getting closer and closer. I do hope to have some Christmas builds on the channel. There have been a ton of amazing Christmas builds already from, a lot of creators that I look up to. And I'm sure there's going to be more and more in the coming weeks. I can kind of say definitively that I haven't joined a collab at this point, so I don't have anything in the works. At this point, I'd still be fine if somebody, wanted to do a Christmas collab or something. I know I was pretty busy with Halloween, and Thanksgiving is sort of a American holiday. Well, I mean, it is an American holiday because this Thanksgiving I celebrate is different than the Thanksgiving in Canada, and I think a couple other countries have their own Thanksgivings. So yeah, that's just a little fun fact. But yeah, and then there hasn't really been another big holiday since Thanksgiving. Well, for America, and before that, Halloween. You get what I'm saying. So yeah, I do hope to have some Christmas themed builds, and I don't know, what's the next big holiday after that? Is it like Valentine's Day or something? Jeez, it's gonna be weird going into 2018. This year just flew by. But then, like, I always say that, but then, like, I think back and it's like, geez, so much has happened in the last, 12 months that it really does kind of feel like 10 years have gone by at the same time. But yeah, and with my 2 cats, it should be an entertaining time. I know New Year's is also coming up, and I'm not much of a party animal, so I'll just probably stay in and play The Sims, because, I mean, what's better than that, really? I haven't really done anything, like, New Year's related, probably, maybe ever, actually, now that I think about it. I don't know, it's just, it's kind of a stressful time, I guess. I absolutely hate driving, and to like go out and drive somewhere like for a party on New Year's, it boggles my mind. So these are the screenshots. I think this place came out really good. I kind of went minimal on the clutter in the front part of the apartment, and I did keep some items actually intact in this, because like all in all, this is a pretty good apartment to begin with, and this is just a renovation to add in, other packs and make it look the best it can, and or make it look the best I can make it. I really love the lighting in this place. It's very well lit, and I used bright colors, or I retained bright colors for most of this. So it's a very light and open place. But anyways, if you are new to the channel and you want to see fairly frequent uploads, then definitely consider subscribing. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the thumbs up button. That helps out greatly. And if you are both new and old and you have any input on this build, or you want to see me do something else build related, then let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.